Welcome to the channel. Today we're unlocking the rules of success that nobody taught you. Now, success often looks like a mystery. People assume it's luck, connections, or some hidden talent. But here's the truth. Success has rules, timeless principles that anyone can apply. The problem is schools don't teach them. Most people never learn them, so they get stuck wondering why they can't break through. But once you know these rules, you'll see the pattern. Successful people aren't special. They simply think and act differently. And the best part? You can learn to do the same. So stick with me through all 10 rules, because each one has the power to shift your trajectory. Subscribe to the channel and let's dive in. Let's kick things off with the first rule, and this one changes everything. Take 100% responsibility for your life. Here's the hard truth. Nothing changes until you own everything. Poor thinkers blame the economy, their boss, or circumstances. Successful people say, if it's to be, it's up to me. That shift in responsibility is the foundation of achievement. Think of life like a steering wheel. If you're not holding it, you're a passenger, tossed around by traffic. But when you grab it firmly, you may not control the weather or the road conditions, but you control the direction. Look at athletes who rise from tough beginnings. They could blame their environment, but instead, they take ownership. Every workout, every choice, every sacrifice is theirs, and ownership builds power. So here's the takeaway. Stop waiting for someone to rescue you. The moment you take full responsibility, you gain full control. And once you're in control, the next step is knowing exactly where you want to go. Get crystal clear on what you want. Success doesn't come to those who are vague. It comes to those who define their target with precision. Most people say, I want to be successful. But what does that mean? Without clarity, you wander. With clarity, you aim like a laser. Imagine an archer. Without a target, every arrow is wasted. With a clear bullseye, every shot has purpose. That's what clarity does for your life. High achievers write down their goals, visualize them, and measure progress. They don't just hope things work out. They engineer outcomes. Here's a simple shift. Instead of saying, I want more money, say, I will earn $100,000 a year through my business. Specific, measurable, real. Clarity creates focus. Focus creates action. Action creates results. And once you know what you want, the next rule shows you the fuel you'll need to actually get there. Believe it's possible. Here's the reality. If you don't believe it, you'll never chase it. Belief is the switch that turns on possibility. Without it, you quit before you even start. With it, you push through obstacles others run from. Think of belief like oxygen. Without it, your goals suffocate. With it, they come alive. Consider entrepreneurs who launch companies in crowded industries. Objectively, the odds look terrible. But belief fuels persistence, creativity, and resilience. And over time, belief creates results that logic alone would have killed at the start. So here's the takeaway. Belief isn't naive optimism. It's strategic power. It's the mindset that says, if someone else has done it, I can too. And if no one has, maybe I'll be the first. And that leads directly to the next rule. Because once you believe, the real test is acting as if success is already yours. Here's a secret most people overlook. Your actions shape your identity. When you act like a winner, you begin to think like one. And thinking like one leads to results. Poor thinkers wait until conditions are perfect before moving. Successful people act as if success is already happening. That mindset creates momentum. Imagine a runner before a race. They don't walk to the starting line slouched and uncertain. They breathe, focus, and stand tall as if they already see themselves crossing the finish line. That posture shifts their performance. It works the same in life. Dress, speak, and carry yourself like the person you want to become. Not someday, but now. And once you adopt this mindset, the next step becomes critical. Building habits that reinforce that identity every single day. Rule 5. Master your habits. Success is not one giant leap. It's the result of small steps repeated daily. Poor thinkers chase shortcuts, looking for one big break. Successful people build routines that quietly stack results over time. Think of brushing your teeth. One day doesn't matter, but do it twice a day for years, and the compound effect is undeniable. Habits work the same way with money, health, and success. Set daily practices: reading, exercising, saving, building skills. They don't pay off instantly, but over months and years they transform your life. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, calls it the 1% rule. Tiny improvements multiplied consistently create massive change. So here's the key. Don't underestimate small actions. They're the bricks of your success. Poor thinkers look for shortcuts. They want one big win, one lucky chance. Successful people know the truth. What you do consistently matters far more than what you do occasionally. The same goes for saving, investing, learning, and exercising. Habits are the bricks of success, invisible at first, but powerful over time. And here's where most people struggle: staying consistent. That's why I built the Trip to Wealth Command Center, a simple but powerful Google Sheets tool that helps you track your net worth, income, cash flow, spending habits, and compounding progress all in one place. It's not just a tracker. It's a strategy hub designed to keep you consistent and accountable every single day. If enough people want it, I'll launch it soon with an exclusive early access discount. You'll find the waitlist link below. Trust me, it will cost less than one bad financial decision. And that's the point. And once you've built the habit of consistency, the next rule becomes just as important: choosing the right people to surround yourself with. Your environment shapes your destiny. Poor thinkers stay in circles that drag them down. Every dream gets met with sarcasm, negativity, or disbelief, and over time, they lower their standards to match. Successful people build intentional circles. They surround themselves with mentors, peers, and friends who inspire, challenge, and support growth. Think of it like climbing a mountain. If your group is unmotivated, you'll slow down. But if you climb with ambitious, disciplined partners, their pace pulls you higher. This doesn't mean abandoning everyone you know. It means being mindful: who fuels you and who drains you. Spend more time with the people who expand your vision. And once your environment is working for you, not against you, the next rule becomes inevitable. You'll have to step into discomfort and embrace growth through challenge. Success and comfort don't live in the same neighborhood. Most people stay stuck because they never cross the invisible line of discomfort. They do what's safe, what's familiar, what doesn't scare them. But here's the truth: growth only happens outside that bubble. Think of muscles. They don't grow without resistance. You have to push past comfort in the gym for them to adapt. Life is the same. Every time you lean into discomfort, making that sales call, speaking in public, learning a new skill, you expand your capacity. The wealthy and successful embrace discomfort as a compass. If something feels intimidating but aligns with their goals, they see it as a sign they're on the right path. Poor thinkers, on the other hand, retreat at the first hint of fear, telling themselves they're not ready. Here's the takeaway: discomfort isn't danger, it's growth. The moment you accept that, you stop waiting for confidence and instead build it through action. And that brings us to the next rule. Because once you face discomfort, you'll discover that failure is not something to avoid, but something to use. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the process of success. The problem is, most people treat failure as the end of the road. They try once, it doesn't work, and they quit. Successful people see failure differently: as feedback, as data, as training. Thomas Edison famously said he didn't fail 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. He simply discovered 1,000 ways that didn't work. That's how winners think. Imagine learning to ride a bike. You wobble, you fall, you scrape your knees. But those falls aren't failures. They're adjustments. Without them, you'd never master balance. In the business world, Every setback carries a lesson. What not to do, what to improve, what to double down on. The people who succeed fastest are usually the ones willing to fail most often because each attempt sharpens their aim. So the next time you hit a wall, don't quit. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? That question turns failure into fuel. And once you adopt that mindset, the next rule becomes crucial, because nothing accelerates success like constantly expanding your knowledge. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. Poor thinkers close the book early. They graduate, get a job, and never learn again. Successful people never stop. They're always reading, listening, asking questions, and upgrading their skills. Think of your mind as software. If you don't update it, it becomes outdated. The world changes daily. Technology, markets, opportunities. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. High achievers dedicate time every day to learning. Podcasts, books, mentors, courses. Even failures become lessons, and it compounds. One new skill opens doors to 10 new opportunities. Consider languages. Learning one doesn't just give you words. It opens cultures, connections, and markets you couldn't access before. Learning is leverage. So here's the shift. Treat education not as something you finish, but as something you feed yourself with forever. Stay curious. Stay hungry. And this connects directly to the final rule, because all the learning and principles in the world are useless without action. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. Too many people binge on self-help, read countless books, and take endless notes, but never execute. Successful people do the opposite. They learn just enough to act, then refine along the way. Think of a plane taking off. Pilots don't wait for perfect weather. They adjust mid-flight. Success works the same way. You can't plan every detail, but you can launch, adapt, and improve as you go. Action creates momentum, and momentum beats perfection every time. The sooner you act, the sooner you get feedback, and the faster you grow. So here's the final truth. The rule of success that ties them all together is doing. Not someday, not when I'm ready. There you have it, the rules of success that nobody taught you. Take responsibility. Get clear. Believe. Act. Build habits. Choose your circle wisely. Step outside your comfort zone. Turn failures into feedback. Keep learning. And above all, take action. Success is not magic. It's not reserved for the lucky few. It's a set of rules, and once you learn them, the game changes. So which rule hit you hardest today? Drop it in the comments. If you found value today, I highly recommend watching my next video. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss the next strategy. Until next time, stay consistent, stay hungry, and keep moving forward.